The levitation charm.
Aha, starting with the basics. This one always comes in handy. Right, first we'll learn a bit about the spell. Then, when you're ready, you'll learn to cast it.
Now, you don't read this spell book like a muggle textbook. To read your book, you point your wand at any words that are glowing on the page and then just press the T button. The levitation charm is one of the first spells learnt by any young witch or wizard. With the charm, a witch or wizard can make things fly with the flick of a wand. The charm is an excellent test of your magical skill, wand control, and above all, patience. There you have it. For every spell you learn, you'll first get a description of the spell from the author. Oh, look! There's more to find out about the spell. Looks like Miranda Gosshog also put a wizarding story about the levitation charm into her book. Pull up the glowing picture with your wand to read the story, or just turn the page. Looks like we're going to hear a tale about this spell. Ready? It's up to you. Do you want to read the story now or later? Use good. The levitation charm was invented in 1544 by warlock Jarlath Hobart, who mistakenly believed that he had at last succeeded in doing what wizard kind had so far failed to do, and learnt to fly. Hobart invited a large crowd of wizards, including the chief warlock of the Wizengamot, to witness his maiden flight. On the 16th of July, 1544, Hobart climbed onto the roof of the local church. And after several speeches and a rousing performance of the...
It seems your spell book is testing you. There's a word missing from the story. Point your wand at one of the tabs on the side of the book. Then hold the T button and slide the tab out. Oh, too quick. You need to hold down the T button. Point...
Ah, yes. After a rousing performance of the national anthem, he leapt into midair. At first, Hobart appeared to have succeeded. He hung in midair for nearly 3 minutes, until the crowd grew impatient to see him move somewhere. In response to their catcalls, Hobart began to perform vigorous swimming movements, which had no effect. Mistakenly believing that he was being hampered by his heavy boots and... oh, another missing word. Jarlath's going to throw something away, but what? Point at one of those 2 words, hold the T button, and believing he was being hampered by his heavy robes, he took them off and tossed them away. Upon removal of these items, Hobart dropped 10 feet, and it became painfully clear to those watching from below that far from weighing him down, they had been helping to keep him airborne. Infuriated by the increasing laughter of the onlookers, Hobart continued to strip. Until finally, on removal of his... oh dear, what do you think he removed next? Pull out a tab to... on removal of his underpants, he plummeted to the earth, completely naked. Breaking 16 bones and earning himself a fine for what the chief warlock described as outrageous silliness. Humiliated, Hobart returned home and continued his work. He eventually realized that he had invented a spell that would lift objects into the air and could cause them to hover for varying lengths of time, depending on their weight and the skill of the spellcaster. Small animals and even children might be levitated, but once airborne, they had no control over their direction of movement. Hobart consequently made a second announcement, and another, even larger crowd assembled to watch his new demonstration, hoping for another hearty laugh at his expense. The new demonstration was initially much more successful than the first. Hobart showed the onlookers how he could lift a variety of objects, ranging from small rocks all the way up to... What else could this spell levitate? Pull out one of the taps to try it. That's it! He could lift fallen trees! Unfortunately, the cheers of the crowd went to Hobart's head, and he decided for a finale to levitate the chief's hat. Use your wand to slide the tab out. It was only then that he, and indeed the crowd, realised that the chief wore a wig. Hobart only survived the resulting duel by levitating the chief's robes over his head and running for it. There you go. Now, some spells in the book will have wizarding stories to go with them, left especially by Miranda. I mean, our esteemed author. This spellbook has some powerful magic indeed. Time for you to do some magic of your own. I think you're ready to learn to cast this spell. Wand at the ready and turn the page to learn it.